Beautiful. Thank you. It's Thanksgiving. So is everyone ready for you making pies and turkeys? Tofurkeys in our house? Okay, as we start, I want you to think of three people in your life who you are grateful for this year, for 2022. 2022. Three people that you're grateful for this year. Okay, I want you to keep that in mind. We're going to come back to it at the end, but I want you to be thinking about it now. So November has been our month of gratitude, and I just found out the word gratitude, actually I've got a slide for this, Suan. It comes from the word gwere, Gwere, and the meaning is to praise, to celebrate, to be in contact with the divine. Wow. In other words, gratitude or being grateful is equivalent to feeling the presence of the divine in our lives. It is a spiritual practice. And then there's the leading scientific expert on gratitude, Dr. Robert Emmons. Did you know that there was a scientific expert on gratitude? There is. So he says gratitude is defined in two parts. And I love this. He says the first is gratitude is affirming goodness in one's life. Affirming goodness in one's life. And the second part is recognizing that the sources of this goodness lie at least partially outside of yourself. Wow. I love that because so often we think, I'm going to look out here and then be grateful. But actually what he's saying is it's the opposite. First, I acknowledge here within myself all of the goodness in my life, and then I look out here, I observe, and I recognize all of the gratitude in the larger world. In other words, gratitude starts where? Within us, right? So when we look at gratitude as a spiritual practice, it's interesting because gratitude seems real simple, right? Because we go through our lives and we think, oh, well, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. We have little touch points throughout the week of gratitude. And yet we can elevate gratitude as a spiritual discipline. Grateful that there's emergency folks, right, to take care of others. When elevated, gratitude can be a spiritual discipline because it means that we're really on a daily basis practicing it actively like we would meditation or prayer. The spiritual discipline of gratitude is an action. So it's not just gratitude that's experienced, it's actually expressed. It's actually the activity of observing it, recognizing it, and expressing it. I've played Mad Libs before. I think those are all verbs, right? Yeah, it's the action words. So gratitude is an action. And then I found this great online site. It's called The Art of Manliness. But they were doing a series on gratitude. And so here's what it said. Slide here, Suan. While basic gratitude is passively evoked by external events, usually positive events, right? The spiritual discipline of gratitude is intentionally chosen, deliberately trained, and exercised in all circumstances. It is not dependent on changing conditions, but on mindset. It is not waited for, but pursued. So in short, the spiritual discipline of gratitude leaves behind the realm of just simple emotion and instead becomes an attitude. It becomes a way of life, a way of being, the way, right? For Star Wars fans, becomes the way. Yeah. So Oprah showed up in my Instagram feed. She does that from time to time. And she was talking about the fact that she every day writes 5 things that she's grateful for. And she said the key is not to be redundant. You have to call for something unique every day. So she said, I'm grateful that my sore throat isn't COVID. Or I'm grateful that my knee surgery, I can now hike longer and farther than before. Maybe I'm still in recovery, but I can already hike farther and longer than before. So it's easy to be grateful in the best of times, but it's during the most challenging of times that practice of gratitude is the most impactful. That's when we need that insight to recognize our own simple abundance. So a spiritual gratitude practice reminds us that those challenging times aren't going to stick around forever, right? Because we have maybe a whole list of everything that we've been grateful for throughout our days and our times, our months. We can go back to that. And this is something else that she pointed out, and I thought it was great because we've been talking with our E2, E squared series that we had about how we are vibrational beings, how we are part of a vibrational world. And she said, remember that energy is always changing, and your energy vibration changes when you focus on what you have versus what you don't have. Oh, I don't have a relationship, but how many friendships do you have? My house needs repair, but you have a house. We can all go down to downtown LA and see what that's all about, right? You have a house. My heater was out for 4 days. I was not happy. So grateful, A, to my husband who had a divine idea to go to Target. B, grateful for Target. C, so grateful for that little Vornado. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I was carrying around that little heater. Oh, I was so happy. And the winds weren't bothering me. And my electricity was still on in Simi Valley. Thank you very much. So much to still be grateful for. But that's what it is. The spiritual practice is really about getting specific, even more specific. Yeah. So I think of a gratitude practice as being the same as keeping your car up to speed, right? You always get your oil changes every 6 months. Is that what it is, honey? I'm grateful for my husband who takes care of those things. Yeah. But see, when you're going through the challenging times, that's when it's so important that you've had the fill up of gratitude, right? Okay, let's think about gas. I totally get my own gas in my car. So if you have your car filled with gas, and now suddenly you're in the middle of the desert and there's no gas stations around, but you know you filled up the tank, right? Same thing with our gratitude tank. We keep it filled up, and then when the challenging times hit, we have a reservoir of gratitude to draw from. Yeah. So again, that spiritual practice of gratitude, it's not dependent on changing conditions. It just becomes the way of life. Not passive, but active, a verb. Yeah. And then this note I made to myself, the more gratitude you have within yourself, then the more you can help others see all the gratitude in their own lives. I mean, I'm talking about my little Vornado, and you all are like, well, I had heat all 4 days. I am so grateful for that, right? So we can help each other see what we can be grateful for. When I get filled up with gratitude and I express the gratitude, you can catch on to that and then start thinking about, yeah, what am I grateful for? And now you go out with that vibration of gratitude, and how many other people now start feeling and looking for being active in their own practice of gratitude. So there's a Bible quote from Matthew. You probably have heard this one before. You are the light of the world. No one, after lighting a lamp, puts it under the bushel basket. I love that. But on the lampstand, and gives light to all the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so they may see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven. Meaning, in unity, we would say, and to give glory to that universal gratitude that's there, all the gifts that are there. But don't hide your light. Shine your light. By shining your light, you brighten the entire household. You brighten the entire community. And then each one of us, by shining our light, what happens? All of the lights start to combine. Have you seen this before? Yeah, these wonderful videos where you can see one light and another light and another light. And then all the lights blur together into one magnificent light. And so as you share your good works, it allows others to be what? To be grateful. To give glory to the light that has been shared with them. So you share their light, they have something to be grateful for. And because it starts here, you're grateful that you can share your light. Do you see how it's a circle, right? Yeah. So first we affirm, again, gratitude within, and then we observe it on the outside, and then most likely we're contributing to it on the outside. And then there's more gratitude. So we live from within to without. There is another great video I saw this week by Dr. Bertice is her name. Dr. Bertice Berry. Does anyone know her? She's an author and lecturer. She's a doctor in sociology. So she was talking about when she was young, 12 to 16, she would go and clean houses. She was a cleaning girl, she said. I wasn't even a woman yet, but I was a cleaning girl. And she would catch the bus, and when she went to catch the bus, all the other cleaning ladies were there too. And so she would ask them, what do you do? What do you use? How do you clean this? She would really ask a lot of questions because she really wanted to get good at her job. And she noticed that there was one woman all the time kind of standing off to the side, kind of, looking her up and down. But one day, this woman said, "Hey, little girl, come over here." So she did. And she said, "Little girl, always clean the light." And Bertice said, "Ma'am?" And she said, "Always take care of the lights." And Bertice said, "Ma'am?" She wasn't quite catching on. And the woman said, "In every house you go in that hallway, there's a big chandelier. No one ever cleans the light. So get yourself a ladder, climb up, get all your cleaning supplies, and you clean each and every crystal, and you clean the base, and you clean the bulb. Make sure you clean the light itself. Nobody cleans the light, but if you clean the light, then everything else shines." So she did. She followed that advice. And the first time she did, the woman of the house came out and said, "What did you do here? This looks amazing." And the husband came out and said, "I don't know who this girl is, but she's coming back and you're going to pay her extra." And so Bertice, now Dr. Bertice, learned, always take care of the light. She says, there's a light within each of us that must be nurtured, that must be cared for, that needs to shine brightly. It hasn't been talked to or addressed or loved. Your light, that thing about you that others want to see, needs to be nurtured. It needs to be loved. It needs to be cared for because it's been forgotten. Shine. And when you do, she said, you give other people permission to do the same. Don't hide your light somewhere under a bushel or in a corner. Shine your light. Take care of it. The world needs you to shine. Again, do you see, as you shine, as you share your gift, as you acknowledge that light within you and you share it with others, and then gratitude. Gratitude that you can show up and share your gift, and gratitude that they've now received your gift. It makes the light of the world shine brighter. So there have been individuals here at Union of the Oaks, volunteers who have given a lot of their time this year. Now, I was looking for 5. I said, let's do the top 5 volunteers who've given the most of their time. And so I went to our staff, I went to the Board of Trustees, and we came up with 7. We just couldn't get down to 5. So For our new members, we're so grateful. For our volunteers, and again, Wendy Yost and Grace Hollow here also, we're so grateful. So let's give them our unity blessing. We just rub our hands together with our love, our appreciation, our energy, and we shine it on all of these folks. And here is our blessing. To our volunteers and our members, we love you, we bless you, we truly appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are. Amen, and thank you so much. And so stay here for just a minute because we're going to sing a song to you. Oh, there's more. I mean, we're really, really, really appreciating you, okay?
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. Suwan's doing double duty. So let us sing this song to you, okay?
Most of you know this, so you can join us.
Yeah, so we're going to sing this to our members and our volunteers. Okay.
Blessing to the
She
world.
wants to stand over there.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah, you want to come over here?
You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. Let's sing it one more time. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world.
Yes, absolutely. Each and every one of you. Thank you, our new members, for being a blessing to us. Thank you for our volunteers, for all of your endless hours of time that you have dedicated to us, donated to us. Thank you. And so as you take your seats, we're still going to be singing, because remember I said at the beginning, 3 people that you're grateful for this year. Remember at the beginning I said 3 people you're grateful for? So I want you to imagine them in front of you right now. You can close your eyes, keep your eyes open, but imagine those 3 people that you're grateful for this year in your life. And I want you to sing this song to them.
Here we go. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. One more time. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world.
And now I want you to turn to yourself, and we're going to sing the song to you. So here we go.
I am. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and all I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world.
Yeah, you are a blessing to the world. Shine your light. Live in gratitude and make it a spiritual daily practice. Pursue it. And as you do, watch as your light grows, shines even more brightly. Because the more you shine your light, the more light there is in your world. And the more light there is, the more there is to be grateful for. So thank you, everyone. I am grateful to each and every one of you. Shine, shine, shine. Amen.